and it was very successful. In spite of my pleadings, however, the surgeon did not grant me a nose job. A happy buck for the reasonable people in Congress who can see the good in one another and disagree on policies, but still respect that we don't look the same.
So I go to Lincoln, which is a few blocks away. And if anyone's paying attention to high school sports, our football team is not good. So we have the Crosstown Clash on Friday, which is Lincoln versus Grant home game, which should be interesting. Root for us.
I want to thank everybody that participated in piling up the coats. Got a nice pile there. I see some on a hook. I see several coats on the back of chairs. So if anybody wants to add to it, please do.
All right, well, I'll brag that I got here this morning. My wife is at Railvolution in Seattle, so I got all 3 kids to the different schools, woke up at 5-something and got here, so I'm here.
Musselman is back. I did Chicago. Team Musselman prevailed. This one is the finisher's medal that you guys got on last Sunday for 26.2 miles. Team Musselman raised $2,010 for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. You guys are changing lives of those who are fighting cancer. The team as a whole, the group that I was with, raised $300,000, and the event itself raised $1.2 million for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. This was my race shirt. This event was amazing. Chicago was amazing. The biggest takeaway that I have from this event is there was a person at the start of the start line, and he is currently fighting muscular dystrophy. And I was starting off the race, and he had people around him, and he was literally walking like this. I'm like, if this guy can do it, I can do it. Well, I come to find out the next morning, there's a little post on I Heart to Run. It says, life is the most beautiful thing, make it happen. And I was not there without you guys and your support, and I am so thankful you were there.
Well, we go from the dramatic to the mundane. I did find somebody at $25 an hour to process my DMV issues, and my truck is licensed, titled, stickered, and happily parked.
Here's $1 for the Lincoln Cardinals. That's right. And then $1 for the St. Louis Cardinals.
There's 2 missed last week. Spent 8 days with Don and Joe Barney in Victoria and Vancouver, and hardly had an umbrella out. First visit for Nancy and me, it was amazing. And secondly, to all our runners, Tara especially, congratulations. He's reaching for his money, or putting it in his bill.
Sleight of hand, nothing to see. Grabbing $1 for myself really quick. Against the Cardinals of Stanford, which my alumni is playing this weekend. So go Lincoln Cardinals, but boo Stanford. So.
Go Stanford.
Okay, well here's 10, because 5 of it is to pay back for Curtis, who put in $5 last week for everybody who was going to do the new Meals on Wheels route, and then I got sick and didn't go, so I'm like reimbursing the pot for the $5 of Curtis. Another $1 or $2 for my friend Lois, who is here, and her new grandchild that was born this week, her first grandchild, which is great. And the other for my own grandchild, who my son and his partner adopted just over 30 days ago. And as of yesterday, the birth mother now no longer has the right to take the baby back. So this is a big deal.
Got a bell ringer this morning here. My oldest daughter Beth and Jim, her husband, and Daniel and Sammy have spent 2 weeks in China. And Cindy went with them from our club to pick up my first Chinese granddaughter, Suki. And they got back here Friday, and she's just doing great.
There you go.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to acknowledge Tara for what she did. I've been there and done that a long time ago, many times, and I can really empathize how you feel about it. So congratulations for finishing. And I want to add something to Matthew, because I want to tell you that I'm still able to do procedures where you can, reverse procedures where you can raise your voice to a little.
As always, Ted, thank you.
Well, as you know, my sister and I knit baby hats, and we sell them in 4 boutiques here in Portland, one in California, one in Georgia, and another in Kentucky. And this morning, Janet knit this one, and so we have a helper, because I had an order for 20 hats from one store and 10 from another, and we are really knitting. And I thank you, Janet. It's well worth it. Thank you, thank you.
Just wanted to tell everybody that opportunity to mentor at Lincoln on a regular basis, going over and meeting in the nurse's office with students who want a health career. And the featured coming attractions is that Jim Bowman and I and Mary and Dave Halliday are going to be giving you a mid-January boost to your wellness.
Thank you, Roger. Janet, the colors on that hat are wrong, by the way.
Your color.
Thanks, Rich. I've been bashing until next Friday since last week, and Betsy, and my wife Betsy is in Oklahoma, and she went and hit this the perfect storm of family dysfunction. I won't go into all the details because some of it's pretty private, but people with mothers who die when they get there, and surgeries, and all kinds of interfamilial things going on. And as this morning, bright and early at 7 o'clock, she was up taking her ex-husband and had his knee replaced today. So I'm a modern guy. She's even staying at his house. He's a great guy. I hope it's not too painful. Anyway, thanks to Curtis also for organizing at Bud Clark Center last week. And Curtis is upping the game. We're doing steaks now, as well as all the other things we're doing, pie. And I just got word today on the internet that we're now, that our night at Bud Clark Center is Zagat rated. Finally, I wanted on a writing note of a play is called The Outgoing Tide. And I went to see it Sunday afternoon in matinee. And it's got Coho Productions up in Northwest Portland on Raleigh. And it is just a wonderful 3-actor play about a man who realizes he's developing dementia. And all that they go through with that, his wife, his son, and himself. And it's humorous, it has a lot of pathos, and it's close to the bone because all of us know somebody. And I recommend this play highly. It's not an album. It's called The Outgoing Tide. It's at the Coho Center until November 9th.
My brother has been visiting for a week, and we've tried to show him that Portland is actually better than Guadalajara.
We'll let him comment on that.
Well, I must confess, it's a gorgeous city, and I congratulate you on having such a civilized city with a lot of beautiful architecture. And I'm very happy to be here. My brother, of course, lives here with his wife. My oldest son lives here with his wife, and my youngest son just moved here. So this is my stop from Boston back to Guadalajara. Thank you.
Glad to have you. I'll take
$1 for Tara, congratulations. $1 for Steve Byer, he's here to keep me honest today from BCI Group. And $8 for the phone. Oh, Jerry, that was the best song ever.
I'm not sure he deserves the credit for that.
Yes, I'm just a guest of Tracy Vicario, and I was new to your organization. It sounds like a lot of fun, and this is just for the great music.
So first, I want to introduce a late arrival, David Margolis. Welcome. I want to talk about that song a little bit. 20 years ago, I attended a grand opening of the Fred Meyer store in Alaska. And an employee of Fred Meyer was introduced as the original member of the Tokens who took that role that Matthew did this morning. It was just amazing. I was in awe. I didn't get his autograph or his name. And when Matthew and I were talking about the song, he said his dad knew the guy that was the high voice in The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and actually helped him get a job after the group fell apart. Well, I'm here to tell you that he lives on. Thank you.
Just a couple quick ones. One is that my wife and I are closing on a house in Seaside. We haven't done that for a while. Last time we had Jerry completely redesigned it. Hopefully it won't take that much work this time. The other is our older daughter will be up from Cloud Falls this week. And then finally, just flipping 2 in for 3, apologies that I have to leave early. I have a meeting at work.